everyone.
Doc, you guys did some good things tonight with the turnovers.
Yeah, turnovers. 24-2, 25-2. I don't even know what it was. 24-2. You know, and points off of turnovers. That's the game right there. Boy, I thought we did a lot of good things again, and it's frustrating. You know, we worked with the small lineup the last couple of days. We're hoping they'd go small because that allowed us to get fast and made us athletic. You know, they made big shots, but our turnovers are killing us. And a lot of the turnovers we're just trying to will the team do too much. So it's not like it's anybody's been selfish, but the way you win is with execution. And you can just see it. It's every quarter. I thought we had a 2-minute stretch where we went on the turnover bench, you know, and that's frustrating.
You're kind of slumped, too.
No, they were. But, you know, Steve, what happens, you go so fast. You're trying to will the team. I'm going to do it for you. And it happens. I like our spirit. You know, it's crazy, this whole streak. I didn't like us the first couple games because we just didn't play well. Last couple, you can just see it coming. But you got to break through at some point.
How about Paul? He looks like
he's getting it. You can see it. It's coming. You know, I thought he went on a stretch where he tried to do too much with the ball, and those were turnovers. But I thought he fought Durant. I thought he looked so much better offensively. I would love to know how many layups or point-blank looks we missed. It's in the teens for sure. I mean, I'm talking layups and point-blank looks tonight. And, you know, we'll show them that because that's actually a positive thing, not a negative thing. Obviously, you want to make them, but the fact that you're getting them, they need to see that.
Those were early, right? Though? A lot of them were, so you can't say it's strategic.
No, it was early. It was all game, really. You know, even down the stretch, we had a couple right at the basket where threw it over the rim. And, I mean, Kevin had a tough night. You know, I love the 19 on his number. I actually like that because that's a good thing. But I just didn't like the 5. You know, that's not very good. But, again, I like where he was at.
Does he have to start getting used to shooting with volume again?
You know, Murphy, I don't think that was it. I just think he just missed shots tonight. He struggled. I thought, you know, 2 nights in a row now he's been very aggressive. You know, I got on him at one point in the first quarter. I think he passed up a couple ones right at the basket. You know, he had the turnover where he was right at the basket trying to throw it out. But then after that, you know, he just couldn't make shots.
You have to figure out ways for Ray to get more shots.
Not tonight. You know, Ray gets shots most games. You know, tonight was a game where they defended him pretty well. I thought we had Paul going, we had other guys going, so there'll be nights where, you know, Ray won't get a lot of shots.
What do you think about how Jermaine played tonight?
He was phenomenal. He was phenomenal. You know, he went with the small lineup, you know, in the second half more, and that was good for us, obviously. But J.O. gave us a huge lift. He played with great energy. You know, he rolled hard tonight, and that's one of the things we've been working with him. Instead of rolling to that short little jump shots, he's rolling to the basket now, and that opens up either him or a guard.
Doc, it seemed like you guys were a lot more competitive in the paint. There's been so much talk.
Last 3 games, yeah, last 3 games we've been terrific rebounding-wise. You know, we've been better the last 2 games. So we're getting there.
Do you have to be more encouraging at this point with the guys so they don't get their heads down, given?
You know, I don't know right now. I think they're fine anyway. You know, I think if I went in and blasted them, they'd be good. You know, they're frustrated from losing. You can see that, but their spirit is high. It's a strange, you know, like atmosphere. You can feel that they, when I walked in, I always give them 5 minutes, you know, and when I walked in the locker room, you can see they were down, but they were like, they were excited in another way. You know what I mean by that? You could see that, but they were frustrated. Rondo got down with himself, which I don't like to see. You know, because one of the things we talked about is no gambles down the stretch, and he went for the trap, and the guy makes the 3. That wasn't a bad gamble, but to him now, you know, that's the first thing. He was in the timeout. He was really down. So other than that, everybody else is pretty good.
Teachers off the bench gave you guys a nice
Yeah, he has a great role. Shoot. Yeah, that's a hell of a role. I'd never had that as a player because I couldn't shoot. Was probably the reason. I talked to Fratello. He's here. But I mean, he earns it though. Freaking guy, man, he plays so hard. He's gonna take some crazy shots sometimes, and he may turn it over. But he's got his spirit is really good for our team. He's competitive, and we needed to add another instigator to our team. He is absolutely an instigator.
Seems like when the past couple of games when Jermaine's gotten it going, he's kind of warmed up into the flow of the game and then really started getting
Yeah.
Is the key to kind of get that a little bit faster with him?
Well, I don't know. I mean, listen, I don't think, Jermaine offensively, if you just look at those numbers, not very good. But if you look at his team defense and some of the things he's doing, very good. And that's what I need from Jermaine. So I have no problems with Jermaine.
Doc, there's not much from each one in the box score, but you like what you saw?
Yeah, I did. One of the freaking shots to go in for him, because he took them. And the thing I liked about him, he had the one turnover. The team, he can control the team. He doesn't get rattled a lot. And that was a game to get rattled in because they were flying around. And that was an easy game to get rattled in. So I do like him. I like what he's going to bring us. He's gonna have a couple of big games for us. Marquise was better tonight too, by the way. We had a good talk. So that was good. He promised me that he'd never come back in my office this year. So I'm hoping.
What did you have to tell him?
Just, he looks great.
That got him going, huh?
Yeah, that got him going.
Dot, with the Westbrook's three-pointers, do you tip your cap, or what do you?
Yeah. I don't know. Cephalosius, we can't give that one. That was a bad defensive rotation. But Westbrook's, yeah, he just hit the corner of the backboard like 3 times in a row. But that's what makes Westbrook great, really, because that's what makes great players great. The average player hits the corner. He literally did hit the corner of the backboard. He's not shooting again. Westbrook is thinking the odds are on his side, that he can make it. And Paul does that. That's what the great players do. And he's a great one.
We've been here 7 minutes. We haven't said a word one about Kevin Durant.
Yeah, well, it's not. Because he's amazing. He just makes shots. I mean, he had 4 shots that, No, I mean, I don't know what you do. I know what we could have done in our day, but you can't do that anymore.
Last year you said, I think it was something along the lines of he's like Ray Allen, but he's 6.
He's 7 feet.
7 feet.
He's like Kevin. He's 6'10". But he is. He's just a terrific player. Perk says he's as good of a guy as a player, so that's great for our league. It's not great for us tonight.
Doctor, as far as your offense, it seems like the times you guys have gotten going, it's because you're clearly running playbook stuff. It seems like you're just getting out of it with turnovers.
Yeah, it's so frustrating. It's tough because I don't want to be a playbook team. You know what I mean by that? It's right now. It seems like to score we have to call a timeout and draw something up, and that's not. We can't win that way. Really, that means it's slow, it's half court, everything. And right now I'm doing that more to just try to keep them going. But that's where we have to break through. We have to be able to run our continuity and score and just score, And the thing is, they got great shots, but they kept missing them. And so I use a lot of timeouts just to see if we can get a good shot, just to keep their confidence up. So that, though, in the long run, I don't think you could win doing that.
Seeing Perkins play tonight, did you notice differences in his game besides the fact that he looks like half of what he used to look like?
He's half Perk, but he's quicker. He had a move today, he traveled. He had a move today, though, where he caught it and took 2 dribbles. I mean, he went quick. He gathered himself. You can see he's put work in his game. He has every year that I've known him. And, he has his influence on that team is dramatic to me. You can see it. You can feel it. You can see it with the bigs, Baca. They're all defensive players now. Perk has completely changed the culture of that team. You can just see it on the floor. That's terrific for him.
It's like Kevin when he came here.
Yeah, it really is. It's very similar. And he used Kevin's playbook. He did it by example. They say he's hard on guys if they miss a rotation. There was one on the floor today. He was screaming at Durant, and Durant took it though. So good for Perk because he deserved it. Thanks, guys.